It's another Tuesday evening, and thank you for staying tuned to your superstation, Joy 99.7 FM. And you're welcome to the #1 tech show, where we break down technology and technology-related issues in the simplest way possible. You're welcome to Geek Squad. And we are live online at myjoyonline.com and live on Facebook at Joy 99.7 FM. You can also tweet at us at Joy99.7 FM. We're also on Instagram at Joy99.7 FM. Thank you for staying with us. My name is Augustine Holm, but you can call me Gus, and I'm sitting in for your regular host, Kobe Spiky Nkrumah, who is on a very interesting trip right now. I'm sure the boys in the studio will agree with me. Yeah. So today on the show, we're making it an open show. We're inviting you to call us. It's basically a Q&A session. We're inviting you to call us with any tech-related things you may have, be it with your phone, with your laptop, if it's Windows, if it's Mac, if it's iOS, if it's Android. I have a very well-informed panel who will answer all your questions. And that panel, to help me do this, I have Winston.
Yeah, what's good?
Charlie, what it go on?
Charlie, we did inside.
And then I also have Michael.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to see you. Oh, wait, I can't see anywhere.
Well, we're live on Facebook, so they actually can't see. And then we have our very own, very ethical hacker, Quick One Answer, whose face we shall not show for, very, very interesting reasons.
Thank you very much. We can't see his face.
Yeah, so you can also join in the conversation. You can join us via WhatsApp. The numbers are 0244 340 437. And once we open the phone lines, we shall announce the number to call. It's 0302 216 541. Thank you very much for joining us. And, to kick the show off, it's a Q&A session, so you're all invited to call at any time. Our producer's on standby to take your calls. And, over the last few weeks, very interesting things have happened. Samsung S10 has been released, and there's some very other interesting things on the tech landscape have been happening. And I was talking to Winston before we got on air. Winston,
yeah,
so this thing Apple did, I don't want to take any jabs at anybody, but this thing that Apple did,
a very, very bold step. They are brave to do this. Let's be honest, they are brave to actually come out and say that we are not getting this right.
No, and it's a shame because they actually advertised it when they released the AirPods 2.
Yes, so it's on the AirPods 2 wireless charger case that you can put it on a wireless mat, and the mat displayed on the case is AirPower.
Okay.
Now, if you don't know what AirPower is, it's basically a wireless charging mat that Apple said if you put your device, wireless charging device, at any point of it, it will charge.
So, for those of you who are listening who don't know what we're talking about, it's this. Apple announced that they were releasing a charging mat, a wireless charging mat called AirPower. The idea of this was that when you put your device on any point on that mat, it will charge your device. Unfortunately, they have pulled the plug on that project.
A 2-year-old project.
A 2-year-old project. They have been working on this for 2 years, and they have finally come out to admit that they are not getting it right.
What makes it even more shocking and more disturbing is that they presented it in 2017 when the iPhone 10 was released. They presented it and they displayed it. They claimed they had it figured out. They claimed they made it work.
And they advertised it with their AirPods too.
Yes. So it's just, it's a resident Apple user.
Now, me, I'm an Android person. I am not going to move from Android. I'm not going to do. I'm an Android person. I like my OnePlus. I like my Samsung. I won't venture into iPhone.
Oh, OnePlus, put it here.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. And I like my right now I use a Xiaomi Poco phone. It's an amazing phone. I love it. I love that phone.
Great.
So once again, if you want to join in the conversation, the text line, the WhatsApp line is 0244340437. The studio line, if you want to call in, is 0302216541. Okay.
About the air power. Now, this is an interesting thing I researched. You know, it turns out that the first time Steve Jobs talked about the iPhone, when he was doing the presentation, he actually didn't have a working unit. So he came on stage and he was like, oh, this is the iPhone, you can do this, you can play music, you can do this. What they actually did was that they had multiple devices, each one performing said function that he was presenting on. So I feel like that's what they wanted to do with the air power, just bravado and just pull it. Even though we haven't made it yet, we'll figure it out down the line. And
wherever Steve Jobs is, Apple needs him. Apple simply needs him.
Steve Jobs is rotating. It's presumed that Steve Jobs is spinning in his grave so fast, he's not actually providing power
enough
to
power to power Apple.
Because some of the decisions Apple have made in the past is like, if Steve Jobs was here, like he would shake, he would cause a new earthquake by his tremors. But since he's passed, he's now spinning in his grave for all our benefits. But the thing is, with the funny thing with the air power matters that when it was first announced, a lot of engineers came out and said that it is not possible because. Here's the thing with charging. I'm sure all our listeners will agree to this. When you charge a device, heat is a big factor. And Apple are known to be arrogant. This is what they do.
I mean, they actually had to pull the Note 7 because of that charging thing. Before you charge your phone and it explodes.
Yeah. So they know. And they like Apple and the arrogance are like, what? If you can do it, Apple, we can do anything. Realize that, the physics has beaten us. We know fit. I mean...
Yeah, but there's some other very interesting things happening in the landscape. I think we're in a season where smartphones are being released. Samsung has just released theirs. LG is releasing theirs. OnePlus is set to release them. I mean, there are other things that people are looking forward to. So, quick one answer. What is the latest tech for 2019 that you're looking forward to?
Well, in 2019, I am looking into us being in cybersecurity. Well, a lot of things have come up, like elections coming to elections. 2019, 2020 elections coming up. Most of these hackers and this election, it's as if cyber. They call it democratic cyber. Using cyber to determine the end results of elections and so on and so forth. To me, that's the latest trends. Yep.
But in Ghana, in a space where we don't even know how to protect our data, we don't know how to protect our biometric data and everything. How different is what should we be looking out for in cybersecurity, especially as the elections are coming up? They'll be collecting more data. Our data will basically be out there. What specific thing in data security are you looking forward to?
In Ghana, the technologies we are using, to check all these things are not much of a problem because we are not really going into the high-tech section, of doing things. Usually, I think what Ghana is going to suffer from is fake news, putting fake news out there and really making people think it's really true.
The constant forwards on WhatsApps.
Okay, so we have our first caller on the line. Good evening, Akos.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, my name is Gus. Nice to talk to you.
Nice talking to you.
Okay, so you have a question for us?
Yes. I called last week to inform you guys that I have a Samsung 10 Plus, the S10 Plus. I just got it about 2 weeks ago, and that my kids have broken the screen already.
Ouch! Sorry about that. Yes. So how do I get Mr. Samsung number so I could go and change it, and where can I change it? Okay, Winston will have this one for you.
Okay, so last week, she called last week. I remember her getting it fixed. Hopefully, you bought it from a Samsung dealer, and they said they give you 50% off a replacement screen, which is a very big deal. I think it was 2/3 the value of the phone for fixing the screen, if I remember correctly. So 50% off on that is great. So you just go to any Samsung branch. If you did buy with them, you would have warranty in your box, and you take it there. But if you don't have warranty, you'll be paying a lot.
Of course, when you bought the phone, did you get it with warranty? Oh, okay. I think we've lost her on the line. So again, the phone numbers to call are The phone number to call is 0302-216-541. And on WhatsApp, it's 0244-340-437. Okay. So yes, Kwekwanata just told us about what he's expecting. Michael, what's the latest tech in 2019 that you are really looking forward to?
Well, I was going to say, I'm looking forward to the new iteration of phones and how we are now moving past the whole notch and teardrop icon, a new face of what phones will look like, the next not evolution, but the next step forward. But
the next generation.
Kweko Anansi reminded me that we have a more pressing issue of security and people's identity, especially with election years coming up. We've seen, let's be very honest, democracy is under attack.
Okay.
It is, literally.
We have another caller on the line. Good evening, Pascal.
Good evening.
Yes, Pascal, you're on air.
I want to ask two questions. The first one is about Samsung. Why is it that Samsung phones get hot like that? You've been using it and all of a sudden it is getting hotter and hotter. You place it on your ear and it's burning your ear. I don't understand. It happens a lot. Samsung phones really get hot. And secondly, I want to ask, is it possible that someone can remotely hack into your Android phone and maybe get to know your contacts, the call history, maybe text messages? Is it possible if the person doesn't have enough, maybe like some servers or something to be able to get? Is it easy like that someone can just remotely hack into your Android phone and get to know everything on your phone?
Okay. Thank you very much for your question. So he's asking, his phone heats up.
Which version of the Samsung phone is it?
Yeah, I think we should have.
However, ambient temperatures in Ghana are high.
Yeah, well, at this time of the year, we don't know what the weather is doing to us. It's just so hot everywhere.
I mean, when you check the weather every morning, I get the alert. It goes like it's 36 degrees, but it feels like 41 degrees. I'm like, 40.
Yeah, because
proper heat you are dealing with.
Okay, so basically, if you're using your phone, try as much as possible to not to charge it in direct sunlight.
Yes.
Charge it in the shade. I mean, look for a cool, literally like they say on products, look for a cool, dry place to charge your phone, because if moisture gets in there, it will heat up, will aid the heating. If you charge it in direct sunlight, obviously it's getting into direct contact with sunlight. So, I mean, try as much as possible to charge your phone in the shade. I mean, inside your room where it's not too hot.
There's also a question of what he's using the phone for.
Yes.
And even I'm going to assume that, let's say, he's not using it for something to maybe browse online. If you use Wi-Fi, the temperature of your phone is much cooler than if you use your data to go do things heavily online, whether browsing Facebook or whatever. But the more you browse, forget your data credits. If you use your SIM, your regular data connection to browse, that burns the battery and heats up your phone far more than if you use Wi-Fi. So as much as possible, if you can, try and use the Wi-Fi to browse online and do your online activities as opposed to browsing with your own cellular data. That also helps with temperature
and then there's the technology that's coming up. Hopefully we'll have liquid cooling in phones. I know my Poco phone has liquid cooling.
Well, some phones already
actually,
have
on the subject of liquid cooling, since more and more phones are getting waterproof, what you can do is that if your phone gets too hot, just put in a bucket of cold water and continue using it there.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a question here from Yao on WhatsApp. He says, how do I register for PayPal here in Ghana and use it online like eBay, Amazon, etc.? Please advise. Thanks.
There's no legitimate way to use PayPal in Ghana.
Not yet.
So yeah, I'm sorry, but you can't get PayPal in Ghana yet. Not yet. We are hoping that in the near future we will all be able to pay stuff.
Wasn't that long ago that the VP announced that we're going to get it? And funnily enough, after a lot of struggles, now it's not worth it to go. So I'll tell you right now, I did manage to get a PayPal account registered. But it never accepted my Ghana card. Then the day he announced it that it happened, then suddenly it accepted my Ghana card, although it's not a Ghanaian account. That's why I said it's not worth it to go through that. Eventually, Ghana is going to be led back onto PayPal. All this push for national identitization things, that is what these things are leading to. Because part of the reason PayPal never considered that is because literally Sakawa, how can you prove that this person is legit, is who he says he is, in between bank accounts and everything? That is why the government is pushing so hard to get all these things done, because the ghost name saga and so on and so forth, it helps solve all those issues. Now you put that together, PayPal, then like, okay, these people are legit, so possibly this year or next year you will actually be able to register a PayPal account.
So yeah, I'll just hang in there. Yeah, hopefully.
But if you are in a rush, y'all, another thing I can tell you is that if you have a Visa-enabled bank card from any of the banks that have Visa or MasterCard cards, which most of them do, you can actually use that card in its current state for the services you mentioned, eBay and Amazon.
Yes, but without having to go through Amazon.
Without having to go to PayPal. But bear in mind as well, a lot of their products will not be available to ship directly to Ghana, especially the electronic ones, which I'm sure is what you're aiming for. Alibaba and the other Chinese sites do, but then it's basically, they are more likely to accept your cards. But then again, you also have to deal with the bane of everybody shipping Ghana. How do you get it from there to here?
Yes.
But cost and everything coming in.
But like you said, you can use your Visa card. I use it a lot. The only challenges are interest rates. It's very, very interesting. But
so when the interest rate goes up, you're definitely going to be paying more.
And the interesting thing is that on the forex exchange, it could be 5.4, 5.3 or whatever. But on Amazon, it could be like 5.7.
Yes, because the sites, they have their own exchange rates that they use to try to buffer out all the. Okay, so we have another question. This person from Instill. Okay, he or she says, "Hi, can I sign in with my Google account on 3 different phones during a setup for a new device?"
Well, I feel like you can sign up.
Yeah, I mean, you can with Google. You can. I mean, with pretty much any account, iOS, Google, you can sign up as many devices as you want. I mean, there's no question of that. Regardless of the kind of phone that you have, you can sign up as many devices as you have. So if it requires that you use your Google account, you can use your Google account for as many devices as possible. Yes. Okay, so once again, the studio line is 0302-216-541. That's 0302-216-541. And WhatsApp is 0244-340-437.
And also about the guy who asked about the Android hacking issue and so on. Well, you don't need these big servers to do this kind of work. Actually, you just need your laptop. And you can just remotely send something to the person, and if you're able to convince the person to click on it,
remotely send something like email, text message, anything.
With a package in it, something like that. And if he's able to click it and so on, or install any app from you, or those people who like to install apps from the APK or from their computer,
from dubious sources.
Yes. And I think
could you want $300 million? Find out how.
And that's the funny thing about hacking. It's not so much as the things you see in movies where someone doesn't know and then click and then run all sorts of weird codes and then suddenly your phone is hacked. It's just simple exploiting human weakness. That is all that
human vulnerabilities.
Right.
So I think this is something that we need to educate people on. People send you a message, KLM is giving free tickets. Click here, find out how.
About
those kinds of messages.
Today there's this particular message going around. Dial star for something, dial a certain number and to tell you something. I looked at it and I was wondering why, and then at the end of the message it tells you share or pass on or something like that. I don't know the validity of this thing being done.
Okay, so we have a caller on the line. Good evening, Yaira.
Good evening.
And how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm great, thank you. So what's your question for us today?
I've forgotten my iCloud password and I don't know how to retrieve it. So I was thinking you could help me.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm going to leave this one for Winston and Michael to answer because this is a tough one.
You have to use your laptop and try and sign in at apple.com or iCloud.com. And when you sign in, it doesn't work. They will actually give you an option where you've forgotten your password, unless you got 2-factor login enabled, in which case that one you are really stuck because you need to verify that login with another device. But I'm going to assume that you've not done that. So use a laptop, go to Apple's own website, or actually you don't even need a laptop, any device that can connect to it. Go to apple.com or iCloud.com and try to sign in, and to give you an option that you've forgotten your password, and it will take you through the steps to retrieve and make a new password. If you do remember your security questions and answers, because that's a very important aspect to it. Well, separate to that, Winston, I just found the message you're talking about. Yeah, here to the forwarded message in the group chat we are in. Good morning, or kindly type *400# to check if your SIM card was registered in your name. When done, please share. It's important. Regards. Where did this come from?
Okay, we have another caller on the line. Good evening, David.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, David. Could you kindly turn down the volume on your radio set?
Is it better now?
Yes, it's much better. It's much better. Okay, so question, David, what question do you have for us?
May I know how to use your Samsung keypad phone so that your screen will not go blind?
So that your screen... Okay, David, you will have to give us a little more information. What's going on with your phone?
I have noticed that Samsung has small phones who are keypad phones. But if you use the phones a little while, then the screen will go blind.
Oh, okay. So I'm assuming you're talking about what we now call YAM phones.
Yes.
Okay. So you're saying you use your keypad and then the phone just goes blank.
If you buy the phone and you use the phone a little while, like 6 months or so, then the screen will become black. Only if you on the phone, the screen will be just black. You won't see anything.
Okay. We'll definitely get an answer for you for that. I think Quick One Answer wants to take this one.
Yeah, most of those Samsung little phones with the keypads are, not original, as to say. Yeah, they are really not, because it's very difficult to buy such small phone for 150 Ghana cedis. Wow, so you really want to go in for the 80 Ghana or 70 Ghana one, that's what is going to happen. Yeah.
So the parts have started to fall.
There's no fix for it.
Okay, there's another question for Quick One Answer here. He says, please, I use a Nokia 5 Android phone. I used to have WhatsApp on the phone working perfectly until recently when it stopped working. So I uninstalled it and I tried installing it again from the Play Store, but it cannot install. What do I do? And this is from George in Dansuman.
Sorry, I'll take this one for quick balance. But Nokia 5. That means that the updates, WhatsApp actually, the minimum APK level you need to use the minimum software you need keeps going up. So maybe back then you just needed ice cream sandwich and you'd be fine. But if it gotten past a certain point, you would never be able to get WhatsApp. So it's a matter of either getting
upgrading your phone.
Yeah, upgrading your phone. Or getting a new OS, a higher level OS, if
it's available.
Yes,
if it's available.
Well,
because
he should also search on this APK sites for versions of WhatsApp that can support the old types. They do sometimes produce such versions once in a.
Okay,
but be careful the sites you get them from.
But did you
well.
not just advise?
Be very careful the site you get them from.
Yes, no
very
option.
careful the site you get them from. Okay, once again, the studio lines are 0302-216-541, and WhatsApp you can reach us 0244-340-437. Okay, this is a question. He didn't add his name, but the question is, have you guys come across the fake, in quotes, iPhone XS Max? If yes, how can one improve its performance? It's a fake. If you know that it's a fake iPhone XS, please, does anybody else want to try it?
Let me take this one. Well, we haven't come across it directly, but it happens with every version of the iPhone that comes. It's the most popular phone on the planet. So whenever I invest, what it is it
brand? Never mind.
No, let's not argue that. Let me just settle this one. iPhone is the most popular phone on earth. Android may be the most popular OS, but iPhone is the most popular phone on earth. Let's not have this argument right now. Let's not have this argument right now.
Let me aside that. Okay, the fact is, every time one comes out, then there's always going to be a fake version made.
A lot of
fake versions. And
sometimes
we haven't seen it, but they happen.
Sometimes these fake things they talk about are really not fake. They are just refurbished phones. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We have another caller on the line. We have Yao on the line. Good evening, Yao.
Good evening. Yes,
okay, Yao, could you please turn down the volume on your radio set? I'll just turn the radio set off, please.
Okay. I think it's okay now.
Okay. So, yeah, what question do you have for us?
Yes. My question is, I have external drive, which I have persistent. And one side I was storing my media and video files there. But I've realized all the files I had there have gone. And when you open you just see new folder. And when you click the new folder, you see another folder again. When you keep on opening, you see new folder being opening there. So I don't understand whether it's a virus or whether, what can I do to retrieve those files that I had over there?
Okay, so you're saying that you have a partitioned hard drive. Anytime you open a folder, it just keeps new folder. It's a new folder inside every new folder inside that folder.
Yes, and I can't file the original files.
You can't find the original files.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'll let Quick One Answer take this one.
Well, I don't think there's much he can do about it. Yes, from the way a virus attacking the computers even gets into memory. Even after formatting everything, it can store itself in memory, and then after doing it, it comes back onto your machine. So the best thing is to wipe it out and redo everything.
I think there's a command prompt thing to do to recover.
It's a long sequence.
It's a very long sequence. It's a very long sequence.
Is that Telegram?
And even when you have used the batch file, like he says, it stores itself in memory. So then it can always come back.
Well, he wants his files. So.
Yeah, you want your files, but this one is going to be very difficult to give you a straightforward answer to say do this or do that, because the chances are, if you're using the same machine over and over again and you keep putting your hard drive into other machines, you might even risk infecting the other machine. So at this point, I just say you might have to just format everything, format your whole your hard drive. Probably even have to get a new memory, replace the memory in your laptop or your PC. Okay, we have another caller on the line. Good evening, Ajiman.
Yeah, good evening, champion.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm very fine. I hope you're also doing well.
I'm great, thank you. So, what question do you have for us?
Yeah, I have a simple question. Do you have some certain type of phones which internet signal is higher than others? Because sometimes you might be at a certain corner, you think the network signal is very low. But somebody will tell you that, that's for your phone because mine is high. And sometimes this network operators, the mobile phone operators will not even send you a message to tell you that you are having challenges with our internet signal. So when you are having low signal, don't tamper with your phone. So we keep on, restarting your phone. But for you, maybe either it's for the phone or for the network, you might not know.
Okay, Ajiman, so you're basically saying you have a phone, you go into certain areas, you don't get network, but somebody with a phone comes into the same area and on the same network platform has better reception than you do. Okay, Michael, would you take this one for us?
Yeah, sure. That actually, it could not be your phone. Sometimes you can have two phones of the exact same model side by side, and they'll be having very different network problems. It's not so much the phone, it's the network itself. And in a network defense, they cannot accurately 100% say what's happening to signal in one place or another. Sometimes even in their own premises, their head office where the network should be best, even they have their own network headaches. So it really is a case of turn on your airplane mode or restart the phone and just hope for the best with these things. There's no really cut and dry formula with it, unless you're in it. When it comes to networks, it's a first come first serve basis, especially in certain areas where the signal isn't as strong. Okay. So one day you'll be there and someone might have a slot ahead of you and you're just stuck. Like, it's really a no-win situation for you. You just have to keep trying till it gets better.
All right. Also, most of these phones, changing from 4G, if you're already on 4G and you get to an area where 4G is not there, transitioning is
switching back to
a little difficult and slow. Yeah, so it might seem as if you don't have any network or it's not working at all.
Yeah, and if you're used to the 4G and it gets back to 3G, it can be a very daunting task having to open a single web page.
However, there are certain cases where it's actually the phone, because most phones actually have variable abilities on getting connections, bandwidth connections. There are some phones that are amazingly good at it, and there are some that are not so great. So we can't really tell you what really
tell which particular thing it is. You can't really tell which particular thing it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so just in case you joined us, you're still tuned into Geek Squad. My guests today are Winston, Michael, and Kweku Anansi. and it's an open platform. You can call us with any tech challenges that you have on your phone, your laptop, any device, any platform. The numbers to call are 0302-216-541, and on WhatsApp you can reach us on 0244-340-437. Okay, well, we have another question. This is from Mame Esimens. She says, good evening guys, please, I want to know if someone can hack into your WhatsApp on iPhone. Okay.
It's going to be very, very difficult. Yeah, very, very difficult. Well, sometimes, this WhatsApp web and things, it's a little bit fishy over there, but for iPhone, it's very difficult.
But I mean, when it comes to WhatsApp per se, it's connection to Facebook, because its parent company now is Facebook. It means certain interesting things could happen, but I don't think it'll be very interesting capabilities.
It'll be very interesting to try to hack WhatsApp, especially because they have end-to-end encryption. Means you can't intercept it while it's in the air. You can't intercept it in any way. So, as to hacking from outside the phone, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
You need a lot of time.
You need a lot of time.
And to be honest, if you have the time, you have the ability to do it, you will not stop on one person's phone. It's going to be a mass thing, and it will be sold for $1 billion to some other company somewhere.
Okay.
What I can say for her though, real quickly, is that if she feels her phone has been hacked, she should check her account settings on WhatsApp and tell her, because that means that the person in her case might have laid hands on the phone and logged onto the program or the WhatsApp web somewhere, is able to read her messages. She should just check the accounts on her phone where her phone is logged onto, and she can log out of all of them. But beyond that, it's not really not that.
All right, so this is Geek Squad. We are going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
This here is for the creative ones, the cool cats, the mavericks, the ones whose parents still don't know what they do, the ones who rock large froze and vintage clothes, those who describe everything they like as deep and create the beauty that takes our breath away. You should never stop creating to do your banking. That's why Standard Chartered brings you SC Mobile, a digital banking app that allows you to pay for that camera, get a statement for your Visa, set up your debit card, and so much more whilst in the studio. Simply download the SC Mobile app from the App or Play Store. Load money into your account and you're good to go. Just dial 3311 across all networks for free and be unstoppable. Standard Chartered, here for good. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, you're welcome back to Geek Squad. My name is Augustin Holm, but you can call me Gus. And I'm sitting in for your regular host, Kobe Spiky Krumah. And tonight we're just doing an open platform. You can call us with any questions, any problems, any issues that you may have with your tech devices, with any device that you have, iOS based Apple, your Mac, your laptop, your Windows laptop, your Linux laptop, your Android phone, anything, any tech issues that you may have, just feel free to call in. The number to call is 0302-216-541, and on WhatsApp it's 0244-340-437. So before we went on the break, okay, wait, we have a question here. This person is asking, he says, hi, can you guys please help me find out where to get my Samsung TV serviced? Okay, I'm guessing you don't want to go to your Nkwanchen people. So basically there's a Compu Ghana service center, there's the Electroland service center. You can go I'm sure you can find their numbers on Google, reach any of them. Yeah, and they should be able to sort you out. Okay, so we have a caller on the line. Good evening, Prince.
Good evening. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you. So what question do you have for us?
Yes, I have this iPhone Note 5, and I was attacked by armed robbers and it was taken from me. I want to know if that phone can be tracked.
Wait, you said you have... Wait, please say that again. You have an iPhone Note 5?
Yes. and armed robbers attacked me at home and took.
Wait, I think you mean a Samsung Note 5.
Samsung Note.
Okay, because I got very confused there. Okay, so you had a Samsung Note 5.
Yeah.
And it got stolen.
Basically. By armed robbers.
Okay.
Yeah, can the phone be tracked?
Okay. All right. So I will just note that question, and then we'll give you an answer. So please stay tuned. Okay. We have Joshua on the line right now. Good evening, Joshua. Hello, Joshua.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah. Thank you for calling Geek Squad. Do you have a question for us?
Yeah. It's actually a contribution.
Okay. Please go ahead.
Yeah. A gentleman called concerning his hard drive.
Yes.
I want him to try using a Linux Live CD. Hello?
Yes, we're here. We're listening.
Yes, yeah. So the guy has to get a Linux Live CD so that he boots the Linux from the Live CD and try to retrieve the files from the Linux box.
Okay, yeah, that's actually a very interesting way to deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for calling us.
And then, another option too.
Okay.
Yeah, he can use WinRAR to open the files through WinRAR.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
You will see the actual file there.
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. We really appreciate it. Okay. Now we have another caller on the line, Kwesi. And Kwesi would be our last caller. Good evening, Kwesi.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, boss. What question do you have for us?
Okay, please, my Samsung S7 is full. The memory is full, but after checking the space or the files I have on, I realize there's some 16 gig missing, which can't be accounted for. I want to know what I can do to get it back.
Okay. All right. So we'll just track back and then get you an answer to that question. Okay. And okay. Well, let me just lump up all the questions together so that we can deal with them at once. Okay. This question says, how can I recover a deleted image on my phone?
Oh, forget. Forget. If there's no recently discovered deleted images folder in your machine, it's not happening. That's it. When it comes to mobile devices, these things, once they happen, they're done. There's no coming back from it.
Basically because of the way the phone is partitioned.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about your Samsung S7? Yeah, so the interesting thing, first thing you should check is WhatsApp. WhatsApp takes so much of your space and people don't notice. All the videos, all the audios, the voice notes, the documents, the pictures, all of these things take so much space. So you should check your WhatsApp into, when you enter your folder, the main folder, phones folder, you find WhatsApp, you go into that, and then you can check the databases. You can clear some of your databases and leave like 2 of the most recent ones, or you go into your media, go through your media, whatever you don't need, you delete it. Also your cache is also another thing, because you can wipe your cache. There's some data stored there and it will ease off your space. So you can try all of that and you should be fine. But I feel like WhatsApp could be the main problem. WhatsApp really takes a lot.
Well, I also think you should go on imei.info. Put your IMEI in there and check to see whether that memory really exists. You know. Yeah. I hope you get what I'm
Yes, I get it. Yeah. Michael, did you want to say something?
No, so one gentleman called about his phone that was stolen.
Yes.
Samsung, I don't know if he set it up. Now, the thing with stolen phones is that if you've not set up the recovery software beforehand, that is it. You can't do anything about it after the fact. But if you did, you should be able to log on to Samsung's website or Google's own website and disable the phone, in which case the phone then just becomes spare parts. But to be able to track it and recover it, your chances, to be honest, are not that high.
Another thing is that your phone should have had its location on. It's actually a thing that the phone
location should be on, and the data should be on, and that's the only thing that will help you. But most of these thieves, once the phone is gone, first thing they do, phone off. So your ability to do that is gone. By the time you turn it on again, it's deep inside some area that I shouldn't mention because it sounds like I've been stereotyping. But I've seen it happen several times. A phone has been stolen and then it's off. Then when it finally comes on again, it's deep in the area that you know that you set foot there, you lose more than just your phone. So you just wave a goodbye.
And I think we should caution our listeners. A lot of people don't like to leave their location on, and they don't like to leave their data on. Now, what this helps you with is if in the unfortunate case of your phone getting stolen, your location being on and your data being on helps to track the phone. So if you've logged into your Google, like if you're using an iPhone, if you've signed into iCloud, and if you are using Android, if you sign into Google, it helps to track the phone. So some people are very averse to it because they feel like it chops their battery power. But leaving your location on your phone on and leaving your data on your phone on goes a long way to helping you recover, to find your phone if it gets missing. Okay.
Well, I think the scenario where your case will work is when actually. Because, for instance, when someone gets a sound on your phone, he just puts it off. Then what are all those things going to do anymore? They won't do anything. And especially when it's on Android, the person will just format it, just remove your Google ID.
Okay, so this one I haven't tested yet, but I'm looking forward to testing it. Last week, when the Samsung representative was here, he did pass a comment that I have that. I've enabled it on my Note 9 where you, with your Samsung account, you can actually disable the phone wherever it is. And he goes as far as saying that even if the person has wiped it and installed a whole new thing, as long as your account is connected to that phone's serial and whatever, you will be able to render that phone useless. I'm yet to test it personally. I will test it personally, and then
hopefully that Samsung account has been on phones for a
while.
It's been on phones for a while. I was just about to say
it's very, very difficult to crack, but they found out a way to do it.
Well, it's still pretty much a lot of work to do. Okay, so we
all
have
these things happen usually after the fact. So set it up ahead of time and hope for the best, basically.
Okay, so I have another question here. This is from Ishmael. He says, what can I do for my laptop battery to last longer? And what are the difference between these search engine crawlers, directories, meta crawlers? That's from Ishmael.
For the laptop battery,
there's so many things. People say so many ways to save your battery, but I think a battery will always grow weak, no matter what.
Yes, after a while, your battery should expect your battery to go
heating and cooling. That is, you put your laptop on your bed whilst you are charging it. No ventilation.
Starts to get very hot.
It affects your batteries. Leaving it on charge for far too long.
Give it a chance.
That's basically turning your laptop into a desktop.
Yes. And also another thing is that letting your battery get to 0%. Actually, your battery has a quote unquote an internal compass. It knows that it's this. 4,000 milliampere per hour, so it knows that this is how much power it has. But if you keep letting it hit zero so many times, it gets confused and it will start thinking that, oh, I'm actually only 2,000, oh, I'm actually only 3,000. That's why even happens in phones where you charge your phone 100% and like 5 minutes is at 20% and you're wondering what's going on. So do not let your devices get to 0% too often. And so if then quench lights,
also to add one, you should try and mostly bring your screen brightness down. It really disturbs the battery.
Because that's the number one thing that uses a lot of battery power in phones and laptops. I mean, it's the screen. It's a whole lot of real estate, and it's powered. It's the whole thing that the whole slab is powered. It's lights coming out. So, as much as possible, try to reduce your screen
and those with
your screen brightness.
RGB on their laptops. Please turn it off.
Okay, and then the second one, differences between. Okay, let's see if we have another question. Okay. This one says, please explain in detail why the phone gets hotter while browsing using normal SIM and more than browsing with Wi-Fi. Okay, so Michael, you mentioned that when you use your data on your phone, it consumes a lot. It makes your phone a lot hotter than it is when you use Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So this one is asking why is that?
It's just how what Wi-Fi chip is designed as opposed to a data center. And the thing is, when you use data, you're now communicating with usually we're communicating in Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is, what's the distance? Usually no more than 10 or so meters away in some cases. But when you're communicating a cellular link, you're communicating with other phones and other cellular towers. That's in some cases kilometers away. Yeah. So naturally, it's going to work harder to get you the best signal possible. And you're pushing a lot of data through it, especially if you're spending a lot of time online. And there's a lot of data you're looking at, whether you're watching videos or browsing music. The more you do, the more data it goes through. So it's doing more work to give you the same amount of data as opposed to what Wi-Fi is doing. And then result of that, increased heat. And increased heat reduces your battery performance. And the iCloud is basically Apple's version or Apple's solution for online and cloud activities, whether it can recover your manage your online data, manage your online space. It's just their version of Dropbox or Google Drive or whatnot, so on and so forth. That's basically what.
Yeah, and also helps with recovery.
Yeah, that's also help with recovery, as we were speaking about earlier.
So this question, I'm not sure how to pronounce this name, but I'm just going to say it's Saint PDM, and he's asking, please, is there an app online where I can use the IMEI to check whether the iPhone I'm guessing he's saying using is fake or original? It pains buying an iPhone that is fake with such a huge amount.
Okay. Well, I just mentioned that earlier on. Yeah, that is imei.info. imei.info.
Okay, so Saint PDM in Dansuman, if you're listening, you can just log on to imei.info. You can input the IMEI in there, and then you'll be able to find out if that phone is fake or is original.
When he inputs the IMEI, the details that comes out, he should make sure that the phone, the model, equals the same model.
All these details should match one to one. If a single one is off, close it, leave the deal, walk away.
Yeah. Oh, it feels like he's already bought it.
Well, that sorry for you. Oh, apparently Spikey is watching us online. That's what you get for not being here.
Okay. I have a question here from Kelly Inusu. He says, my Huawei Mate 20 was stolen last year. I still haven't gotten over it. I cry anytime I think about it. I can feel your pain, my brother. I can feel your pain. Because having to have lost the Huawei, I'm guessing a Mate 20 Pro is woof.
Look, go eat some kinky and forget about it.
Charlie. If you're unable to track it, if you have been unable to track it all this time,
I mean, it's been a year. What did
he said a year. Last year.
I mean, yeah, the phone was released last 14-year-old.
Well, that is actually more painful than even when you lose and you track it and you see it go into a place that you'll never get it back from. Like, I mean, it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, so we are very sorry. Our condolences to you and your phone. God bless you. We pray that you make more money to buy another phone.
The 30 Pro is coming.
Yeah, the 30 Pro is. I mean, they've already started making noise about it. So Charlie, big up. You get it. You get it. Yeah, we believe in you.
Look, you will not even spend money on your song. I'll give you one as a gift.
And you have money to buy his Nissan Tundra. Yes.
Yeah, actually, I do want to come buy the Nissan Tundra. That will really make you happy.
So this question says, I use a Samsung GT N8000 tablet. Now I can't delete some files which I don't need. Help me. This is Yao from Accra.
Interesting things about files you don't need is that are they system files or not?
Yes.
Does the phone need those files to survive? So your need in certain points, you can't touch certain system files, and there are certain devices that come with stock apps that you can't really get rid of.
Okay. So yeah, Spiky is sending us a message, so please hurry up and finish typing it. But then this is Geek Squad. Thank you all of you for the calls that you've placed, for calling in, for making the show a lively one. We say thank you very much. You can still send us some more if we have just a few more minutes to go. So
Spiky
Spiky's question.
Okay, so Spiky has sent in a question. He says, please, I want to know how I can bypass airplane Wi-Fi limits.
Well, the answer to that question is that first off, you shouldn't be on airplane Wi-Fi. It's open.
Yes.
So if there's someone hiding there wanting to do something,
he has caught you already.
The second thing, right? Comb your hair. Go to the bathroom. Comb your hair. Check so that there's nothing in your teeth or anywhere. Smile very nicely at the air hostess, and maybe she might give you a little something to boost your Wi-Fi. But if you've done it the wrong way, then forget you are being teased and restrained in your seat. I mean, what else is he going to do? Well, you can't advocate him hacking.
Yes,
that's unethical.
You were asking about what we are looking forward to this year.
Yes.
And mine is simply the Note 10 and the iPhone 11. iPhone 11 because everyone everybody in the OEM world now, everybody has their game on point. Huawei is killing it, Samsung is killing it, Xiaomi is killing it, but we need to see what iPhone.
It's just .info, not .info.com.
Okay, yeah, okay.
The IMEI.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. The iPhone 11, would it be amazing? Would it be underwhelming? Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
So I'm guessing those are your final comments. Michael, any final comments? What you're looking forward to, basically?
What am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to everyone just being nice to each other. That's it. We are in short supply on that in the world. In the technology field, yes, the iPhone 11 as well. We want to see how that goes. And I'm being reminded that I do have a Nissan Tundra for sale. So do hit us up in the WhatsApps and the Telegram group, because you buy it, you're happy. I sell it, I'm happier.
Okay. Kweku.
To the guy who asked about the IMEI thing, it's really IMEI.info, not IMEI.info.com.
Yeah.
So he should correct it. And I'm also telling, the listeners about, the security, putting data out there. They should try as much possible to put less data. Guess that's it.
Okay. So, thank you very much for tuning in to Geek Squad this evening. My guests have been Winston, Michael, and Kwekwa Nancy. It's been a wonderful evening spending all this time with you. And my name is Augustine Holm, but you can call me Gus. And I have sat in for Kobe, Spike, and Kruma. Thank you all, and have a wonderful evening.
Who's made it right now?